Hey everybody, what's going on? So today I just wanted to make a video to talk about a new unit that I've never tried before that I got from Lordhair, and this is the base material is a full monofilament. It's the Icon AL unit number or unit name from Lordhair. First I'm going to show you it. Right now I'm not wearing it actually. I want to show it to you, kind of go over it just holding it in my hand, and then I'm going to come back where I'm actually going to do a full install, let you know how I did the install, what makes this unit different from the other units that I've tried. This is the Lordhair S22 model that I'm wearing, the poly unit. So I'm actually not wearing the monofilament, aka Icon unit yet. I'm going to go install that and then come back and then show you what it looks like with me actually wearing the unit. But first I just wanted to kind of talk about it. So this is actually, so one thing I noticed, this is a monofilament. So you might be wondering, what is a monofilament unit? Mono unit is basically, because you have super thin skin and then you have your lace units and you have your mono unit. The mono unit is going to be by far the thickest base material that you can possibly get on a hair unit. The base material, it kind of resembles a French lace, but even thicker. That's it up close. The hair, this is a medium light density, number 5 color, in case you're wondering, medium brown. Now, if you want longevity, if you want a unit that's going to last you a really long time, probably the most durable of all the units, monofilament is the way to go. So this is, the reason I say that for 2 reasons. One, the way the hair is actually on the actual unit, the way they thread the hair on the unit, it doesn't shed. I mean, it doesn't shed at all. I've tried even pulling it and tugging at it. I've already actually washed it under the sink, but I've tried pulling at it and tugging at it, and I don't notice any hairs coming loose whatsoever. So that's a really big plus. So the hair's not going to shed. It's just in there so tight because the base material that the hair is actually on is so strong that it holds it in there. Now, a couple things. I haven't worn the unit yet, but I'm going to take a guess and say a couple downsides with this kind of unit. You're probably going to notice it on your head more while you're wearing it. It's not going to be probably too uncomfortable, which I'll know in a minute when I install it, but it is probably you are going to definitely probably feel it more than you would a thin lace or like a thinner like poly unit. Now on the flip side, that's what makes it last longer. You're not going to have these rip or tear as easily. Not that I've had any rip or tear. I've never had a poly unit rip or tear, as long as you're careful with them. But what I mean is it takes a lot more to rip or tear mono unit, because the material is just so strong and thicker that it's just going to last. I can already tell just holding it and playing it with it like this that it's just a built to last type of unit. I mean, the hair doesn't shed at all. I'm sitting here pulling and pulling at it. It just doesn't shed whatsoever. I'm really pulling hard. Yeah, there's like no hairs coming out whatsoever. Again, this is a medium light density, and it's just, you can just tell it's a really well-made unit. Just as I hold it in my hands, it definitely passed the hand test, the feel test. Again, I'm going to go and install it and wear it and come back and let you know what I think of it after I actually have it on installed. Another thing I will say is you probably don't want, I mean, you probably could. It really depends how noticeable it is. I'll know more when I install it. Another one is you probably don't want to expose the hairline while wearing this, because since it is a thicker material, the hairline is probably likely to be a little bit more visible if you do a fully exposed hairline with this type of unit. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it as far as me telling you about it, just holding it in my hands. The base material is definitely a lot thicker. It's not as flimsy. It's not going to rip, definitely not rip or tear easy. In fact, I don't even think I could rip this if I tried. I mean, I probably could if I used all my full strength and might, but I mean, it would be hard to rip this thing. The hair, it's on there good. It doesn't shed. It's really threaded on that base material so well that it's just not going to come out. I mean, it's just the way they infuse the hair on this unit. It's just so good that it doesn't shed, and that's one big plus that I love, is the not shedding aspect. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to do my attachment and then attach the mono unit and let you know what my final thoughts are on it after I attach it, and let you know how it feels on my head and that sort of thing. So I'll go and be back here in a second and let you know, the rest of it, how it is with me actually wearing it. I'm back. I went and installed the monofilament unit, aka the Icon unit name for Lordhair. So this is me actually wearing it, and I must say there are some differences. The hair is wet. I literally just got done shampooing it one more time before I installed it. I blew dried a little bit. I just have some leave-in conditioner in it, and that's about it as far as my styling products go. But yeah, guys, I will say that so there is some things different with it. One, it definitely does, like I speculated before, because of how thick the base material is, I am noticing it on my head more. I guess because I'm just just so used to wearing the super thin skin 0.03 millimeter poly unit, the thinnest one you can get, going to the thickest base, which is the Hairpiece AL. It just feels like more, it's not obnoxious or it's not bad or it's not irritating my head or anything, but it just feels like I noticed something is like there on my head more because it is a thicker material. I feel it more. But again, the flip side of that being such a thick material is that's going to last a lot longer. It's combined, you know, with how thick the material is, with it not ripping, no risk of ripping or tearing, with the fact that the way the hair is so tightly in this, that it just rarely sheds. Even at wet, I just brush it and I just try to run my fingers through it and try to get it out, some hair out, and it just won't come out. That's how good the shedding is on it. And as I said earlier, you can actually, you know, my hairline is kind of exposed here. You know, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be with an exposed hairline. You probably still want to wear something where it's an unexposed hairline to have it come forward, or something like this where it's semi-exposed, where only, you know, a majority of the hairline on the sides here, like I have it kind of parted, is covered. I probably wouldn't recommend doing a full slick back or fully exposed hairline with it, because I don't know if you can tell in this video or not. It is just a little bit more visible hairline because the material of it is a little bit thicker than your thin skin or your lace units. So overall, my overall impression, I just, you know, installed. I've been wearing it for just, you know, 30 minutes or so is when I installed it. But I will say the install was easy. The way I did it, of course, with any kind of non-poly unit, and if it's like a lace or any kind of, like this one, a monofilament unit, you instead of normally with the poly unit, I'll put the Ghost Bond Platinum perimeter on the unit itself. But for these kind of base units with lace or mono, you actually want to put, I use Bond, the Ghost Bond Platinum on my actual scalp, on my head, all the way around, and then go ahead and attach it. You never want to put Bond on any kind of mono or lace type units, because you just risk it of it kind of seeping through the miniature type of holes, versus a poly unit, which is all solid poly. There's no holes for it to seep through. So that's how I installed it. I just put the Ghost Bond Platinum around the perimeter of my head, installed the mono unit, and voila, it's on there really good. I even got lucky and got the hairline just right too. I didn't have to go back and redo a hairline. No hairs were sticking or anything like that. But yeah, the density is pretty much what you can expect from like any other units. This is the medium light density, again, number 5 medium brown color. It is a little wet because I just got done washing it. So I will say overall, my overall impressions with the mono unit, the pros and cons. The pros are it's a thicker base, it's going to last a lot longer. The hair's welded on there really great where it's not going to shed. The con though, you know, on the flip side of the coin is that it's going to be, you know, with a thicker base unit, you're just going to feel it on your head. Like you're going to feel the unit more on your head because it's just a thicker material. And then also you're kind of limited on what kind of hairstyles you can do, because you can't fully expose a hairline with the mono unit. And when I say fully exposed, I mean like straight up spiked up styles or slick back where the hairline's fully exposed. Something like this is probably as far as I would go exposing this kind of hairline. So those are your pros and cons. I mean, really what I'll say is if you're a person that's looking for more longevity, you don't care about exposing the hairline, you want the unit to last as long as it possibly can, both with the strong base material and the hair not shedding, and you're not going to rock an exposed hairline look, I would definitely suggest going with the mono unit. If you're someone that wants more comfortability, you're gonna wear more like trendy, stylish styles where the hairline's exposed or partially exposed, and then you want something where you can easily attach, you know, easily put the Ghost Bond on the unit itself, I would recommend the poly unit. It just really depends what your preference and taste are. So again, to summarize, mono unit is more for those people that aren't going to have an exposed hairline look, that don't mind feeling, you know, the unit on your head. Again, it's not uncomfortable. It's not going to irritate your skin. It's just you just notice it more, obviously, naturally, because it's just a more thicker base material. So if you want a unit that's probably going to last you the longest time that you'll possibly get out of a unit, and you don't care about rocking like exposed hairline styles, a mono unit is going to be perfect for that. If you're someone that wants to have the most comfortable hair wearing experience, exposed hairline look, go for either the lace or a poly unit. So far though, I don't have any bad things to say about the mono unit. It's just different. It just it depends on your preference and taste of what you're looking for. So that's what I have to say about the Hairpiece AL monofilament unit.